Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be taking you through a tutorial on Deepika Padukone's new Maxim photo shoot cover that I saw. I think she just looks absolutely gorgeous in it. And this is actually going to be part one to two parts. This is going to be the drugstore version, and I'm going to do a high-end version next. So let's jump right in. First, we're going to take a primer, and we're going to use the Loreal Lumi in the shade W101 Golden. And it actually is a glow primer and a highlighter. So we're actually going to use it as both in this tutorial as well too. So we're first going to take it all over the face, but I'm going to be mostly concentrating in the places where I really want that glow to hit. So down the nose, on the cheeks, and on the forehead, and right above my lip, and a little bit down my chin as well. So next I'm going to take this Dirty Works color correcting, and then I'm going to be using the peach color in there, and I'm going to be color correcting all over my face, so underneath my eyes, above my lip where I have a little bit of discoloration, and wherever I have little spots on my face. I have a scratch right down the center of my neck, so ignore that. I just realized that. I must have scratched myself in the middle of the night or something, but my nails get real ruly. So yeah, I'm just going to put that all over, and I'm really going to work it in and get that color payoff from it. It's a really sheer cream consistency to this corrector. I really like it because it's pretty natural, but it's not too peach, it's not too orange. And I think it does a good job of canceling out my pigmentation issues just from scars. And it's pretty natural finish, but it does the job, I think, pretty well. So next I'm going to take a dry beauty blender, and I'm going to blend in the color correcting with the sponge and just kind of press it into the skin. I really don't like using a wet sponge with this product because I always feel like it just completely disappears the moment I put water on it. So I like to use a dry beauty blender, but this is the only place where I really like to use a dry beauty blender for this purpose. So I'm just going to keep on dabbing, 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 and just not rubbing it, but just dabbing it into place so the color correcting still stays in the same place and doesn't get all over the place. So next is foundation, and I'm going to be taking the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation in the shade 209 Caramel Beige, and I'm just going to pour a little bit out of my hand, and I'm going to stipple it in with the e.l.f. small stipple brush all over my face. So after you're done applying your foundation, you're going to take a beauty blender and you're just going to press the foundation into your skin. This just gives the foundation a more natural look and takes away any harsh lines that may appear after applying it with the stippling brush, and just diffuses the foundation to make it look like your natural skin. So next I'm going to conceal, and I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Concealer in the shade Medium Deep 05, and I'm basically going to put this underneath my eyes, down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to make a flower shape above my forehead and down my chin, and basically what this is going to do is just bring light to the center of the face so that it also seems like a natural highlight, complementing the highlighter that we use as a primer, and we're also going to put more of that same highlighter at the end to really give it a nice, beautiful glow that Deepika has in the photo. And then we're just going to blend out with our beauty blender right after. Set all the concealer in place with this powder from Soap and Glory. It's actually a yellow base in the pan, but it's actually completely translucent when you put it on. So I'm going to take this brush, it's a double-ended brush from the MUA brand, and I'm just going to dab it directly on. I'm not going to rub it because that's just going to move all the concealer out of place, and we don't want that to happen. guys, and first we're going to take as a primer and just an all-over color all over the lid from the Maybelline ColorTattoo collection in the shade Chocolate Suede. We're just going to dab this in just in the lid, not really going into the crease really at all, just right below the crease, but we're just going to give a nice sheer wash of color all over the lids to act as a primer and just to give a little bit of definition to the lid. So I'm just going to zoom you in a little closer so you can kind of see what the color looks like. It's very natural because I'm taking a very light hand with this. You can really make this color actually really pop, but I just want a sheer wash of color, so I'm just taking it very slightly and only adding a little bit as I go along. Next, I'm going to take my L'Oreal La Palette Nude No. 2 palette, and I'm just going to be using 2 colors from this palette because the look that Deepika has is very simple and monochromatic, so we just want to deepen up with a little brown in the lid and just right under the crease. So that's all we're going to do. So I'm going to be taking my MUA all over shadow brush, and I'm just going to take this color and put it right where I had the Maybelline ColorTattoo on. Next, I'm going to be taking the e.l.f. Defining Eye Brush, and I'm going to be taking this next color that's right to the left of the last color I used, and I'm going to put that right across my bottom lash line. That's where you really see the smokiness coming through in her eye look, is really at that bottom lash line. You can really tell that it's defined with that brown smoky look. Next, I'm just going to add a little bit of a highlight to the center of the eyelid, and I'm actually just using the brush that's included in the palette, and I'm taking the brush end, and I'm taking the lightest color all the way to the left, and I'm just going to dab a little bit on and smooth it over the center of the eyelid. And I'm just doing this to add a little bit of a highlight to match the rest of the face because it is such a highlighted look, but you still get the definition from the brown smokiness from the bottom lash line, so you still get a little bit of that monochromatic look, but a little bit of the highlight in the center of the lid. Next, I'm just going to fill in my brows, and I actually just got my eyebrows threaded, so they're actually in pretty good shape. All my Indian girls, you know what I'm talking about when you get your eyebrows done and they start growing before you even leave your appointment. So I'm just going to fill it in to give it definition. This look is so glowy that you just want to give some points of definition in the face, so like the bottom lash line and then also the brows as well. Next, to keep those eyebrows in place, you're just going to put a little NYX Tinted Brow Gel through, and it's just going to keep them in place all day. Next, we're going to go back in with the same Lumi primer that we used, but this time we're actually going to use it as a highlight. So I'm just squeezing some out of my hand, and I'm just going to put them exactly in the same places where I put the concealer. So on the high points of my cheeks, down my bridge of my nose, and in the middle of my forehead. So next we're going to go in with mascara, and Deepika's lashes were actually not really that volumized, but more lengthened, but I'm going to be using this Voluminous Feline because the brush in this mascara is very pointed, and you can get more of a volume look at the base of the lashes, but really more a lengthened look as you go out. And this is actually my first time using this mascara, and I really like it. So little disclaimer here, I don't really have any lip colors that are exactly similar to the red-orange lipstick that Deepika's wearing in the photos. So I substituted with a color that I would like to wear because I really wanted to make this drugstore tutorial more a wearable everyday look. But I think the red-orange really looks good in a lot of different skin tones. Deepika is a little bit lighter than me, so it does look really good and pop in her skin tone. But if I find any good red-orange lipsticks or lip colors, I will link them in the description below so you can really recreate the look. But I'm going in with my Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in the shade 12 Bordeaux. And I'm just lining my lips and filling them in completely with the pencil first. Then on top of the lips, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline 435 Plum Perfect, and I'm going to be putting this all over, and I'm doing this just to give the lips a nice sheen, just to kind of match that wet hair look that Deepika has in the photo. And that's the final look. Thanks for watching, guys. This is going to be part 1 in a 2-part series. So this is the drugstore version, and part 2 will be a high-end. So make sure you're subscribed so you can see that. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.